Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday. We're going to be working on the reading book on page 88, 89, and 90. Vamos a estar trabajando la página 88, 89 y 90, okay? So what do we have here? We have some keywords. Our best friends, las keywords. Nuestras mejores amigas, las keywords. So we have here the first one. Adore, burglar, chimney, fireplace, ghost, imitation, infuriate, library, parrot, and rattle. Ok, el día de hoy, como homework, me van a buscar la definición o el significado, para ser más exactos, de cada una de estas palabras. No me las van a repetir, no me las van a dibujar, solo me van a buscar los significados. Porque más adelante vamos a hacer algo con ellas, ¿verdad? Entonces solo me van a buscar los significados y van a tratar de entender, ¿verdad? De memorizarse los significados de cada palabra. Esa va a ser la homework para el día de hoy, martes. Me van a buscar estas keywords en el diccionario o en internet y me van a escribir los significados en el cuaderno. Entonces, el día de hoy, martes, sí necesitaría fotografía de este vocabulario, nada más, con el significado cada una. So we have here understanding literal and non-literal language. Literal language is a dictionary meaning of a word. ¿Qué es el lenguaje literal? Es el significado de diccionario, ¿verdad? Acerca de una palabra. Lo que dice un diccionario acerca de una palabra. The sun is in the sky is literal language. El sol está en el cielo, es lenguaje literal, porque es cierto. Non-literal language can be a word picture or an expression. Lenguaje no literal puede ser una palabra, una imagen de una palabra o una expresión. Okay? Now it says, her eyes shone when she opened her present in non-literal language. Okay? Sus ojos brillaron cuando ella abrió su regalo. Es lenguaje no literal, porque los ojos de nadie nunca van a brillar como el sol, ¿verdad? Entonces, pero es una expresión, es algo que no es literal. Por ejemplo, cuando alguien dice, es que ese niño no corre, vuela. El niño no vuela, eso no es literal, el niño nunca va a poder volar, pero significa que corre muy rápido, ¿verdad? Uno entiende. Entonces, eso es lenguaje no literal, algo que no está pasando literalmente, pero se puede percibir por el significado de la palabra. The girl's eyes aren't actually shining. The author is using this image to show that she's happy. Como nos dice aquí, los ojos de la niña, aquí como nos dice, her eyes shone, no estaban brillando de verdad, pero el autor nos denota que sus ojos brillaron para denotar que ella estaba feliz, ¿me entienden? So we have here the story. Ya saben, ¿verdad? Les voy a poner el audio, ustedes siguen la lectura y así van a ir practicando. Recuerden practicar y practicar y leer muchas veces esta historia hasta que se aprendan el significado de las palabras.
The Ghost. Excerpt from Matilda by Roald Dahl. When Mr. Wormwood arrived back from the garage that evening, his face was as dark as a thundercloud, and somebody was clearly for the high jump pretty soon. His wife recognized the signs immediately and made herself scarce. He then strode into the living room. Matilda happened to be curled up in an armchair in the corner, totally absorbed in a book. Mr. Wormwood switched on the television. The screen lit up. The program blared. Mr. Wormwood glared at Matilda.
Okay. Now, next page. La siguiente página. Page 89, right? Página 89. So, I'm gonna play the audio. You're gonna follow the reading.
She hadn't moved. She had somehow trained herself by now to block her ears to the ghastly sound of the dreaded box. she kept right on reading, and for some reason this infuriated the father. Perhaps his anger was intensified because he saw her getting pleasure from something that was beyond his reach. "Don't you ever stop reading?" he snapped at her. "Oh, hello, Daddy," she said pleasantly. "Did you have a good day?" "What is this trash?" he said, snatching the book from her hands. "It isn't trash, Daddy, it's lovely. It's called The Red Pony. It's by John Steinbeck, an American writer. Why don't you try it? You'll love it." "Filth," Mr. Wormwood said. "If it's by an American, it's certain to be filth. That's all they write about." "No, Daddy, it's beautiful. Honestly it is. It's about—" "I don't want to know what it's about," Mr. Wormwood barked. "I'm fed up with your reading anyway. Go and find something useful to do." With frightening suddenness, he now began ripping the pages out of the book in handfuls and throwing them in the waste paper basket.
Okay, now it's time for page 90. Página 90, okay? Keep following the reading.
Matilda froze in horror. The father kept going. There seemed little doubt that the man felt some kind of jealousy. "How dare she?" he seemed to be saying with each rip of the page. "How dare she enjoy reading books when he couldn't? How dare she?" "That's a library book," Matilda cried. "It doesn't belong to me. I have to return it to Mrs. Phelps." "Then you'll have to buy another one, won't you?" the father said, still tearing out pages. "You'll have to save your pocket money until there's enough in the kitty to buy a new one for your precious Mrs. Phelps, won't you?" With that, he dropped the now empty covers of the book into the basket and marched out of the room, leaving the telly blaring. Most children in Matilda's place would have burst into floods of tears. She didn't do this. She sat there very still and white and thoughtful. She seemed to know that neither crying nor sulking ever got anyone anywhere. The only sensible thing to do when you are attacked is, as Napoleon once said, to counterattack. Matilda's wonderfully subtle mind was already at work, devising yet another suitable punishment for the poisonous parent. The plan that was now beginning to hatch in her mind depended, however, upon whether or not Fred's parrot was really as good a talker as Fred made out. Fred was a friend of Matilda's. He was a small boy of 6 who lived just around the corner from her, and for days he had been going on about this great talking parrot his father had given him. So the following afternoon, as soon as Mrs. Wormwood had departed in her car for another session of bingo, Matilda set out for Fred's house to investigate. She knocked on his door and asked if he would be kind enough to show her the famous bird. Fred was delighted and let her up to his bedroom, where a truly magnificent blue and yellow parrot sat in a tall cage.
Okay, so we just read page 88, 89, and 90. That was all for the day. Eso sería todo por el día de hoy. Recuerden que para este día solo tendrían que enviarme las fotos del vocabulario, ¿verdad? Eso sería todo. No me tienen que enviar fotos de las páginas del libro que son sin trabajo, ¿verdad? Fotos de los niños leyendo, sí, necesitaría, por favor. Nada, solamente que sería de 7 a 1 siempre. Cualquier duda, problema que tengan con los videos, por favor me los hacen saber, ¿verdad? Espero que estén gozando de salud, bendiciones, nos vemos el día de mañana.